Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this Newacalox helping hand soldering station with a magnifying lamp. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful, I'll put a link to this in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost anything extra. Looks like we have a soldering iron cleaner here. So this has the brass shavings that you can clean your iron with, so I'll get that out in a minute. These are the alligator clips, a contact card, these are the arms, there's 5 of these arms, and then the lighted magnifier, and here's the base. So this base seems very nice. It's machined aluminum, and then it looks like looks probably powder coated. I think they powder coated and then they machined the little bevel on it, and it has these little rubber feet on it. And then these 6 points here are threaded so you can attach the arms. So I think that's everything in the box. So I'll get this assembled. First I'll screw in all the arms. Okay, I have all the arms screwed in. I put the 5 just regular straight arms in first, and then I put the lamp in. It probably would have made more sense to put the lamp in first since it had this cord hanging off of it, but it wasn't a huge deal. So the bottoms of these have wrench flats on it, so you can tighten these down. Then this was a 12mm size, so I just snugged these down a little bit. I guess I could have opened up these clamps because it had a wrench in there. So if you don't have a wrench, you can use this little one. And this is probably better to use anyway because you can't over tighten these with this because it's so small. So here's one of the alligator clips. They put looks like shrink wrap on the teeth there to kind of pad it a little bit. And then it also has some rubber on the end. And this is going to fit in the end of the flexible shaft like so. And then it has this little knurled screw that's going to screw into there. So you can adjust the rotation of these by loosening this screw and then tightening it down, like so. So I'm going to put the other 4 on. I noticed it did come with 6 of these, so it does come with a spare. Okay, so I have this all put together. I'm going to mount a circuit board in here. This isn't anything I'm working on, it's just an old power supply out of a printer. Okay, so I'm using 4 arms there. I have one free, I could clamp that on. So depending on the size of thing you're working on, you could use more or less clamps. Now I can put the magnifier on here, and this is an LED magnifier. Let's see if I can get the bottom side of this showing. You can see there's a plastic diffuser here, so there will be LEDs behind that. So I'll position that over the circuit board. The other end comes with a USB connector, and in the middle of the cord it has the controls for it. So this doesn't come with a power supply for this, but you can use any old cell phone charger. You could use a wall outlet that has a USB port. You could use a battery pack with this. You could plug this into a car, an RV. There are many options for plugging this in. I'll be plugging this into a USB charger. So then here we have on and off, and then we have the brightness level. So I think this has 10 brightness levels. And then this middle button between the plus and minus is the color temperature. So that's more of a yellow, that looks like more of a blue, and that's more of a white. So I think I like the white best. So I have this at full brightness and it's drawing 1.21 amps. I'll turn it down all the way. At the lowest, it's pulling 0.11 amps. So I unplugged this from the charger, and it does reset. So I had it on the yellow light. I unplugged it, plugged it back in, and it reset to the white light. Let me see if it does it when you turn it off. So if you turn it on and off with just this switch, it will stay on the mode you previously had. If you unplug it from the power, it will reset. So I'm going to see if I can get a view of this magnifier. That's not too bad. Sometimes it can be hard doing video through a magnifying glass. So I'm going to pull the magnifying glass away. There's without and there's with. So this is a 3x magnification on here. So looking through the magnifying glass, you can easily see these surface mount resistors here. I'm not sure what this component is. Here's some little red dots. That's not showing up in the camera quite as well as it's showing up in person. It's a little bit more clear where I'm standing and looking through this, but you can get an idea of looking through the camera recording. So if I need to reposition this, I can just slide this over and look at different parts of the board. So here's a chip. I'm reading this upside down. I think it says D1052A805F. Let me pull the magnifier out of the way. Yeah, I can tell there's letters on here without the magnifier, but there's no way I can read those. So I'm finding it helps to have this magnifier parallel to the surface I'm working on, meaning I don't like it at an angle because that can make it kind of hard to see. So I'm going to try and remove one of these resistors here. I do have the camera sort of in front of the magnifying glass, so I'm looking around it. So hopefully I can get this lined up right. There we go. I got that off there. Of course, looking through the magnifying glass, it looks like the thing I just took off was just a jumper. It was a 0 ohm resistor. So here I have this zoomed out a little bit. So I currently have some helping hands, and they're really tiny, and it has 2 little alligator clips, and it had a magnifier, but the magnifier on it was junk. You couldn't even see through it. It was so foggy, like from the day I bought it, and you don't have much adjustment with the alligator clips. I think this is a much better solution. You have many options with the alligator clips. I'm holding this power supply with 4 of them, and I still have one free. So if I had a component and I needed to hold in place, I could clip it onto that alligator clip and position it exactly where I want it. It also has this nice tray down below, and this tip cleaner could fit right in the middle, and you could put components around the outside. So I think this is going to make my soldering projects a lot easier. I also like that this is up off the table quite a way, so I don't have to bend over so much, because that can be really hard on my back. This is at a much easier level for me to work with. So I think this is a great option if you're looking for some helping hands for your workbench. But since this is powered by USB, you could easily put this in a repair vehicle, and you could power the light off a battery pack if that's what is convenient for you. So that's the Newacalox helping hand soldering station with magnifying lamp. That's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.